Hello, this is the Grey Nerfer and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about whether heavy blasters are practical. These are blasters like the Rhino Fire and the Vulcan, and are they any better than our rifles or assault blasters that we use on everyday Nerf wars? First I'm going to talk about the Rhino Fire. Now this blaster is quite large. It holds two 25 round drums, has these two barrels which move up and down as you fire it. It sits on this tripod which is incredibly hard to put on, and it is massive. It runs on big D batteries and is fired with two handles and one trigger that fires both the rounds. It has massive jam door so you can unclear jams, there's a handle there, and multiple tactical rails all over the blaster. But is it any more practical than something like the Hyperfire, which holds one 25 round drum, is about half the size and runs on pretty much the same batteries and fires a bit faster? And I have to say, no, I don't think it is. I think the Rhino Fire is incredibly big and it's incredibly cool to handle, but it's not practical in a Nerf war. And as you can see, the Hyperfire, half the size, runs on same batteries, 25 round drum, doesn't have a second 25 round drum that this one does to hold 50 bullets, but it still works great and fires incredibly well. And I think it beats the Rhino Fire, but I wouldn't use either of these blasters because they fire bullets incredibly fast and are just a bit unpractical, or impractical I should say, for Nerf wars, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing like an inside Nerf war, then they're a bit more, justifiable, but apart from that, they're really impractical and really bad to use if you're trying to conserve Nerf darts. Not even to mention price. This blaster costs $200 full price in New Zealand, well it did, and that's not American, this is New Zealand dollars. It costs $200, where this one only costs about $79. So this one is way more expensive, and this one is just a bit more practical. Probably not as fun, but it's still a really cool blaster. Now I'm going to move on to the Vulcan. Now the Vulcan is end strike, sits on the same tripod except this one is yellow. I'm just using the white one because I can't find the yellow one. Holds this big belt of darts here, as I'll take it out. It holds this massive belt of darts which holds 25 darts, and it still is massive. It runs on batteries, or it has a bolt action there, as you can see, and it has a little button in the back so you can turn on bolt action or regular battery action. Now while the Vulcan is really cool and it's a big powerhouse of a blaster, is it any better than something like the Dominator, which holds 24 darts, just one less than the Vulcan, and is like half the size of it width-wise. It doesn't have this massive drum, and it's not as heavy, it's way lighter than the Vulcan and weight-wise. And just pull back. It doesn't have battery action, which isn't a very fair comparison, but it is a pullback, and obviously much cheaper than this when this was available. I think this blaster is obviously a bit more practical, but the Vulcan is still really cool, and the fact that it's bolt action and battery action is really cool, but for practicality I've got to go with something like the Dominator. And saying that, this blaster is still very cool to use, and it's very novel, and just a really cool blaster for when it was around. At least it was a very cool blaster. Both of these blasters are very cool blasters, and I don't think you can really compare them to blasters like this because they're never going to be as practical. I think you guys knew that at the start of this video, and they're never going to be as practical, they're never going to be as nimble, they're never going to be as cheap as blasters like the Dominator or the Hyperfire down there, but they are still amazing blasters, and they're amazing fun to use. And even though they're not as practical, I would still recommend buying one if you did have the cash or wanted to just have a lot of fun with your friends with these blasters, because they are real fun to use. I hope you enjoyed this video. I was a bit shorter than normal and I kind of went in a big circle around myself, but I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. These blasters are great fun, and it doesn't matter what blasters you have as long as you're having fun using them and enjoying it. So I'd like to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.